By the end of this video, you're never going to need to hire a thumbnail designer or spend hours editing a thumbnail because in the next few minutes, I'm going to be unlocking to you secrets to not only fast but high quality thumbnails with just a few clicks. Hi, my name is Timmy and welcome to Timmy AI Studio, where I share editing tips and AI tools that help you become a better creator. Now let's start from the basics. What exactly is a thumbnail? A thumbnail is a visual preview displayed right before the video on any social media platform. So it could be YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever. Now it gives the viewer an understanding of what the video is about, and it is designed to grab attention and encourage clicks. And now to the big question: what is Thumbnail? Thumbnail is an AI-powered thumbnail editor that lets you create professional, eye-catching thumbnails in seconds. Now that you guys understand the basics, let's jump straight in and I'll show you exactly how it works. To get started, head over to www.thumbnail.com. You'll find the link attached to this video. Now this is what the homepage looks like. Logging in is effortless. You want to come to create your first thumbnail and click on sign in. Now you can create an account using your Gmail. I have already created mine, so get yours done and see you in class. Once you log in, this is the first look at the interface. Now we'll begin dissecting each part in no time. Personally, I like to keep my things organized, so I would say the first step is rename your workspace. Just come over to this part and double click, and you can put whatever name you choose. Mine is Timmy AI Studio. You can also customize your workspace by changing the color. Now, can play around the color palettes and also delete feeds. Now you'd see the others appearing locked. Now this is simply because you have to perform certain tasks before they are unlocked. Now if you hover around just a bit, you'd see what tasks need to be completed. For this, it says export at least one thumbnail. This says spend at least $60 on edit. This says create 5 projects. Now let's break down all the buttons at the left hand side. We are currently at the thumbnail studio and this is where all the editing happens. It is as simple as ABC, and by the end of this video, I can guarantee you that you'll be able to create a professional, catchy thumbnail design, even if you have zero design experience. Now, one thing to note is that Thumbnail is extremely beginners friendly. Now, you get access to a variety of templates to choose from, and in just minutes, you see how easy it is to create your own thumbnail. So now that we are done with the first part of the thumbnail studio, let's get right into creating our first thumbnail. Now you come over to this part and click on create. Now this is what you see when you hit create. Over here, you can easily name your project file. Let's call this tutorial. Tutorial. Now, you can also choose to upload an image from your files or paste a YouTube link and it automatically imports that thumbnail. Here, you can choose to work with the templates or click here to start working with a blank Canva, more like starting from scratch. Over here is your asset library. So whatever image or prop or all the elements you're importing to work on your design would be found here. Now, I initially said that I want you to be able to make a thumbnail with zero design experience. So for the sake of that, we'll be going to templates. No matter your niche, Thumbnail has a template for you. Now, the good thing about Thumbnail is that they are always constantly updating and improving them to better suit your needs. So let's find a template we would be using for the tutorial today. I think I like this one. Yeah, let's use this. Now, one thing you would need to pay attention to at this page is your body type. So if the design you're working for is for a female, you might want to toggle it to female. For this, I think we're working with a male. So let's do male and just hit use template. Now, this is where the edits happen. Now, don't be intimidated by what you're seeing. I'll break everything down and make it as simple as ABC. From the top where you see main, now this is the part that displays all the layers you're working on. So the more edits you have, the more layers you see, and you will understand it better as we dive deeper. Underneath this, we have the actual layer we are currently working on. So every edit you apply happens to the layer that is selected, which is this, of course. Now over to the right, we have like a dialog box. Think of it as having a conversation with your girlfriend. So whatever idea you have, you type it in here and Thumbnail gets it done. Next up, we have a list of fun buttons And in a bit, I'll be breaking every single one of them down. The first one on our list is the tools. We would have to come back to this because there is so many interesting things to talk about here. Then the grid, more like your guide. Now, it keeps the subjects, the props, and every element in frame and makes it more appealing to the eyes. Next up, we have the plus icons. Here you can add shortcuts to your frequently used tools. And when you move over to this place, you get the list of models that you can toggle between them to get the best version of your thumbnail. Personally, I like the Google Pro 3, so I'll leave it as it is. And finally, the last button over here, which is the button you use when you're done with all your edits. Now, it's called the export button. Now, let's have some real fun. Head over to Tools, and let's start with the first one. The Insert Me tool is pretty self-explanatory. It lets you insert yourself or a prop. Now the prop could be a gadget or a logo into the scene. Let's try it out. Now when you click it, it takes you to the asset library. Now like I said, this is the part that holds the file you plan to add to the design. Now if you come over to images, you can add any file from your device. For this, we'll be playing around with the demos. So let's just go with this. And just like that, Tommy has replaced the character with one click of a button. Remember when I said, the more the edits you add, the more layers you get. Now here is a layer and here is another layer containing the Insert Me edit. Now next on our list is the Reshoot Me tool. This basically allows you to rearrange elements from your existing designs and turn them into a completely fresh new concept. And all you need to do is click it and hit apply. And just like that, Tomio gives you a fresh new concept. This looks like it's going to be good to, A-B test and see which one better resonates with your audience. Now let's check out the next two. I think we are going to check out styles and then we'll circle back to edits. So for styles lets you add a real pop to your thumbnails. Think of it like an icing on the cake. For example, if you're creating a thumbnail meant to appeal to an older audience, this age style allows you to switch between the younger and older versions of yourself to match the vibe. Now let's try the older version. Click apply. I think this looks so cool. You're basically staring at yourself from the future. Now let's check out the next style. Now anime. Now anime simply lets you convert your thumbnail into a vibrant Japanese style. So if you're someone that likes the cartoon vibe, you probably want to try this out. So just hit apply. I think I love this a lot. So if you like the cartoon vibe, you probably want to check out the anime style. Here's something to note. You can only apply edits to the most recent layer. So if you come here, you won't be able to apply any edits. So you need this. And if you hover around, you can delete it. So I want to delete this because I want to apply edits to, our human form. So let's go ahead and delete this. Amazing. Now let's check out the next style. So next on our list is expression. Now you would want to communicate the right emotions to your target audience. So if your thumbnail is about happiness, you want to put the mood right. If you're trying to communicate something sad or angry, you'd want to do that also. So let's pick one out of this three. I think our character was already smiling. So let's see how he would look if he was sad. So the effect was added to, our base character. So if you check this, he was currently happy. And then after adding the expression edits, I think this works pretty well. Now what is next? Let's check out the next style. So let's say you selected the wrong gender or decided your thumbnail will appeal to, a particular sex. All you need to do is hit the gender tool and you can easily swap between a male and a female. Since our character is a male, let's see what he would look like as a female. No freaking way. Now this is crazy. So this is what our character would look like as a female. Let's check it out. This is him as a male and him as a female. Crazy. Like I said, you can only apply your edits to the latest layer. So let's go ahead and delete this and check out our next style. So the next style is the prop remover. So let's say we had props like microphone, boom arms, and equipment. You use this tool to, remove them from your scene. After that, we have the remove background. Let's check This pretty much is self-explanatory. It just removes the background of the thumbnail you're currently working on. But let's try it. And now our subject is on a transparent background. Like I said, it's pretty much self-explanatory. If you don't like the current background of your thumbnail, you can quickly use the remove background tool and, take it out. Well, let's go ahead and delete that as well. Now, what's the final tool? Well, we have more styles. So I think this particular style appeals more to, gaming content creators. So you can stay around here, here. If you look around here by the right-hand side, if you look at the right-hand side, you'd see the possible effect you're getting from playing around this tool. So if you're a gamer, you probably want to check out this, the Epic Gaming, Fortnite, GTA 5. This GTA 5 style looks so cool. Minecraft and Roblox. Now let's go over YouTube edits real quick. So the first on our list is Polish. Polish gives you like a refined professional feel. It adds the missing lights, the shadows, and generally enhances color. Now, I don't think our design would be needing this, but I'll get an example of where it can be used and show you in a later video. So let's move over to A/B testing. Now, here's the difference between the A/B testing and the reshoot. Now, this would give you a creative variation of the same concept, while reshoot gives you an overall new idea. Both are amazing. You would want to consider them if you'd like to, get options for your thumbnails. But let's try this out. So this generally, messed around with the background. I've tried it a couple of times and I noticed it plays around the colors, the background. So it doesn't necessarily change the full concept, but it just gives you variations to, the same creative direction. So this is one tool to look out for if you want multiple options. So next on our list is clickbait. Now, clickbait. So personally, when I design in, design tools like Photoshop and the rest, I like to add like a glue outline around my subject. Now, depending on where the light is coming from, what this does is it actually makes it pop or separate the subject from the background. And this is one tool to consider. Let's see what it does. So let's hit or apply. Like I said, it helps create like an effect that makes it pop, separates it from the background. It gives it this vibrant, challenging energy. I think this is a very cool tool to play around with. It looks good to me. Now, next on our list is the watermark remover. Now, the watermark remover does exactly what it says. So if there are watermarks in the imported image, you can easily just remove it. Let's say you find an image online that is watermarked and you like the image, you want to use it. You can easily just bring it here and click on the watermark remover and it cleans it up for you. So this just doesn't make your thumbnail better. It also helps your daily editing life. So let's say you're someone who likes to edit in Photoshop, all those apps, and you want to really work with one image, but the watermark is preventing you rather than having to clean it up manually, which would take a lot of times. You can just import it here and it does it in a second, like in a snap. Next on our list is the upscaler. Now, the upscaler lets you improve on low quality images, so you can easily take them to 4K with this tool. Lastly, we have text remover. Now, this lets you remove text from your images. Let's say you find an image but has text scattered around. Now you really just want to come here, and click this and apply. So considering the current Canva we have, current layer selected, we have numbers, figures, and all that. And this tool helps you clean every single one of them. So if you have a picture scattered with text, that is, but you really want to use the picture in your designs, you can easily just remove the text with this tool. And you're free to walk around it. Now it's pretty straightforward. You have an image that is being obstructed by text and you want to use the image. You click on the text removal and everything is gone. Like I said, without any design experience, you can easily make mind-blowing edits just by a click of a button. But now let's say you wanted something specific. Now here's where you want to come to and have a conversation with Thumbnail. Let's say change his shirt color to black. And you just want to hit enter. Now just like that, we have his shirt turned to black. Let's say we want something more extra. Add sunglasses to his eyes, to his face. Okay, hit enter. And just like that, you have sunglasses in the image. So it's as easy as having a conversation with Thumbnail. So to the final part, the export. Now you want to come over here and click on export. Now there are so many social formats you can export in. We have vertical, we have square, we have portrait, we have Pinterest. So depending on the platform you're trying to upload, you'll want to come here and play around this. So let's say you want to mess around with vertical, you just click vertical and hit export. So now it generates this. Since you clicked on vertical, it's going to generate this in the asset library. So you want to come over here and hit vertical. So what it does is that it redesigns your thumbnail to fit your new dimension. So now we are having the thumbnail in landscape being generated in portrait. Yeah, vertical. And I think we're done. And just like that, you have your thumbnail designed in a vertical dimension. Now you can easily come here and click on export. And you have your thumbnail ready to post. That's it for today. I sure would love to see you try out your first thumbnail and tag me to it. More tutorials like this incoming, and for the next one, I'm going to teach you how to go from beginner to pro level designer with just one prompt. See you on the next one. Bye for now.